We're currently in Weishaupt. Should be the Grey Warden headquarters. Clearly something is very wrong. The vision is all blurry and colors are a bit wrong. So something is very wrong. Clearly something there, but we can't access anything, we don't see anything. Warden.
Welcome, my friend. We fought the good fight and won. Rejoice!
Yeah, this is so goddamn fake. It hurts.
Ah, there you are. I'm not disturbing you, am I?
Wait, you should be dead.
Dead? Me? I have been close many times, but I never quite made it all the way. I just wanted to make sure you were happy here in Weishaupt. These grand halls were built by the first Grey Wardens. Isn't it breathtaking?
Yeah. Why are we here when we should be battling Darkspawn? Okay, I can't pretend that everything's fine, even in dialogue. So, I don't know, something doesn't seem right here.
Everything is as it should be. We have eradicated the Darkspawn, and the world is at peace.
Eradicated the Darkspawn?
It was a triumph for all of us, bringing down the Archdemon and setting the underground lairs ablaze.
Yeah, that's not possible.
Foolish child. I have given you so much and you cast it back in my face. Can you not be content with the peace I offer?
The Darkspawn are not gone. To ignore them is irresponsible.
It seems only war and death will satisfy you. So be it. Have your war and your Darkspawn. May they be your doom.
We're going to eat a shield pummel.
Get up.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Duncan you met was a demon in disguise. You are in the Fade, the realm of dreams, and you must find your way out. Okay, the raw Fade. A lot of different locations. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. I'm guessing our companions are the nightmares. Inner Sanctum. And that's where we need to go. Okay, a door we can see but not interact with. Niall, that's the mage from the Mage's Circle.
Who are you? Where did you come from? Are you a demon? No, I see that you're not. You're like me. Congratulations on getting out of that trap.
Trap?
The demon traps everything that comes here in a dream it thinks they can't or won't try to leave. I thought I'd escape too, but I've been wandering these empty grey spaces for a lifetime.
So, are you a mage of the Circle?
Yes, I am. My name is Njal. I was trying to save the Circle when I encountered the Sloth Demon. I expect our experiences were similar.
Yeah, Owain mentioned you.
Owain helped me greatly. I suppose I'll never be able to repay him. Litany was our weapon against the Blood Mage's domination. But it's too late. Everyone's dead.
The Blood Mage's domination?
They get into your mind and take control of your body. You can't stop what they make you do. But the Litany protects against that. The Litany was our only hope of saving the Circle. But now, this place drains you of everything. Hope, feeling, life.
At least we're still alive. At least you're still alive.
Am I? I don't know. I know there's no way out of here. You see that pedestal there? I've studied the runes on it. Runes that signify different islands of the Sloth Demon's domain. The Sloth Demon itself is on the center island, but you can't get there. The 5 islands around the center somehow form a protective ward. I thought I was getting somewhere when I figured that out, and I went to each island in turn only to have my hopes dashed. There's always an obstacle. You'll see the path but be unable to get to it, and it taunts you and drives you mad.
Tell me about the protective ward.
I don't know much. I think the Sloth Demon has placed lesser demons on each of the islands. I've seen them. They take different shapes, but they're there. Defeating them may be the only way to reach the Sloth Demon. But you have to get to them first. I couldn't. I was too afraid to try.
Okay. Okay, you mentioned something about obstacles.
Yes. Obstacles and mad dream things. A river of flame before a portal, or a door that shows you freedom through a keyhole that no key will fit. I once found a passageway smaller than my hand with a mouse going to and fro through it. The silly thing fled before I could question it.
Why would you talk to a mouse?
Because almost everyone here is a dreamer, except for the spirits and the demons, I suppose. Each dreamer may know things another may not. The mouse could have told me what lay beyond the tiny passage, or how to get there. Even how I might make myself small like him and crawl through myself. And if one could become small enough to take one path, perhaps there are similar ways to walk the others.
Could my companions be on one of the islands?
I don't know. There are many dreamers. You might find a way to reach them through the islands, if you're lucky.
Do you know anything about the Sloth Demon?
Not much. You couldn't say we were friends, really. Demons have their own hierarchies. They play their own games, and mortals serve as pawns, perhaps even bargaining chips. The demon keeping us here probably rules this entire section of the Fade. It'll not let us go easily, if at all.
Okay, then I will have to defeat the demon.
Off you go then. Save the world. Don't mind me then.
Screw saving the world. He's trapped me here. He needs to die.
Thank you, but too late for me. Kill Yavina, the demoness that rules here. She protects her master, Sloth. There's a door only demons can see. The key must be in another realm. Take my power. Save any others trapped in nightmares. Kill the demons that guard Sloth. Make my...
Fade Shapeshifting. The Fade Shapeshifting menu lets you select different forms while in the Fade. Each form has its own strength and weakness. You can now shapeshift into a mouse. The mouse form is weak and cannot engage enemies in combat, but it is particularly stealthy and allows you to move through small mouse holes. Mouse hole. Okay, there's 3 more shapes. Yes, stealth. That's the only thing mouse is good for.
I'll get on it.
Disturbing statue. Beyond the Veil, spirits and demons. Okay, is there anything relevant here? It is challenging enough for the casual observer to tell the difference between the Fade and the creatures that live within it, let alone between one type of spirit and another. In truth, there is little that distinguishes them, even for the most astute mages. Since spirits are not physical entities and are therefore not restricted to recognizable forms, or even having a form at all, one can never tell for certain what is alive and what is merely part of the scenery. It is therefore advisable for the inexperienced researcher to greet all objects he encounters. Typically, we misuse the term spirit to refer only to the benign, or at least less malevolent creatures of the Fade, but in truth all denizens of the realm beyond the Veil are spirits. Okay, in general, spirits are not complex, or rather, they are not complex as we understand such things. Each one seizes upon a single facet of human experience: rage, hunger, compassion, hope, etc. This one idea becomes their identity. We classify as demons those spirits who identify themselves with darker human emotions and ideas. Okay, here's some of the hierarchy. Most common and weakest form of demon one encounters in the Fade is the Rage Demon. They are much like perpetually boiling kettles, for they exist only to vent hatred, but rarely have an object to hate. Somewhat above these are the Hunger Demons, who do little but eat or attempt to eat everything they encounter, including other demons, and this is rarely successful. Then there are the Sloth Demons. These are the first intelligent creatures one typically finds in the Fade. They are dangerous only to those on those rare occasions that they can be induced to get up and do harm. Desire Demons are more clever and far more powerful, using all forms of bribery to induce mortals into their realm. Wealth, love, vengeance, whatever lies closest to your heart. The most powerful demons yet encounters are the Pride Demons, perhaps because they, among all their kind, most resemble men. Anything else? Then didn't help us all that much. Yeah, we're just back where we started. We need access to these portals. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to do much.
Have at you!
Another rage demon.
Something happened, didn't it? You look a little different. What happened?
I became a mouse.
Did you? Did it help? I know I saw the tiny holes. Were you small enough to get through?
Yes, it was easy.
You're so much braver than I am. I was so sure it was impossible to get anywhere. Do you think you could learn other shapes? Maybe they could help you get to places you couldn't otherwise.
Yeah, there's still places we didn't get to go here. There's something we didn't get to take from here, so this is still unfinished. We need to run around these different places to try to get more forms. I think once we have all the forms, I'm trying to first and foremost get all the forms now. After that we can redo all of these, so because then we will be able to gain access to all the places they contain. But for now, gaining more forms is the primary concern. I'll just start with the Darkspawn invasion. So what we need to do is find Dreamers. Essence of Cunning. Permanent +1 to Cunning. From the looks of it, we retain most of our stats as they were. There are some differences, but they're minor. Really.
All right.
Flaming Darkspawn.
Now's better than later.
Shit. We have fire blocking our way, so we'll have to use the mouse hole. Ah, saving game.
Yes, yes. Must be quiet. Shh. They won't find me yet. They won't.
Okay, there's another dreamer, which means another shape.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? No end to these plastic things. All right.
They're gone. You did it. You killed them. But not all. Their leaders are behind the unbreakable door. I give you my wisdom. It will let you see. And now I wake.
Spirit form. Spirit form is attuned to all things unseen. It allows you to interact with ethereal objects that would normally be hidden from you. Okay. It's an arcane horror. Winter grasp, crushing prison, and regeneration. Okay, level up. I'm not sure what we should raise. Naturally dexterity, but the limit was 36 and we don't need it for a couple of levels at least, so I think we're going with 2 in strength, 1 in dexterity. Ooh, oh, finally another skill. Not tactics, not herbalism, not survival. Oh, more small bonus to nature resistance. It's not an empty skill to take. We could get 3 cunning points here too. I think we already did. I think we got one. If we could get more, we could get improved coercion. We could also take poison making to give ourselves the ability to use poisons on our weapons, and ability to use grenades. Alternatively, survival. Small bonus to nature resistance. If we get more survival, we'll get nature and physical resistance. So I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't use the skill point quite yet. Constraint requires level 10. So. Can't take a Berserker ability, we could take Whirlwind. Flies into a whirlwind dance of death, striking out at surrounding enemies with both weapons. Each hit deals normal combat damage. 4. Character has significant experience with 2-weapon fighting, gaining a bonus to critical chance as well as possibility with each hit to inflict bleeding lacerations that continue to damage the target for a time. Ooh, that sounds great. Yeah. Dual weapon expert. Bleeding lacerations. I guess we can just raise the skill later on. I don't really know what to take there. Yeah, we can put in the skill point whenever we want. Fantastic. 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 Yeah. Essence of willpower. There's a lot of unexplored areas here, but on the other hand we got the Fade form we wanted, so I'm moving on to the next area. I want to get all of them before properly exploring any areas. Can't enter the dark areas. Burning Tower, Mages Asunder, Templar's Nightmare. Burning Tower.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
But you're running. Try to move through as quickly as possible. I can't go there. Burning Templars. Yeah, the shitty laughter, that's the best part of this sound set. I like that. Burning House. Come on. Come on. I'm guessing the lacerations will be much more useful against stronger opponents, because it seems like it's a damage over time effect that pretty much does a single point of damage. So against a weak opponent that can be taken down with a single hit or two, it won't make a difference. Okay, let's see how long it takes. Maybe about 3 seconds after the hit. So it's extra damage to inflict. 3 damage. but it was only partial bonus. Bonus to critical hit chance and possibility to inflict the bleeding lacerations. So it's a direct damage upgrade without having, if influencing the single normal hits in any real way.
Right, right.
I'm not sure how well that'll do with interruption. So does it mean that there's also a chance to interrupt spell casting with each single point of damage you inflict? Templar Dreamer.
True. Anger. But it bubbles. It burns.
A Burning Demon.
Must die. The anger. Fading. I am free. Take Ragos' power. Use it and burn him. Burn them all. He guards Sloth. He bars the way. You must destroy the door. Other dreamers. Other powers. Only way.
Burning Man. Immune to fire and can pass through fire unharmed. However, this form is physically weak and vulnerable to cold damage. This is the fastest of the four. Is there a way out? Again, there's areas left to explore, but I want to hunt down the last form before doing that kind of a exploration.
Alright.
Because we couldn't, almost all of these levels will contain a mixture of areas that require almost all of the abilities. What I want to do is have them all so I know when I've gone through an area there's nothing there left and we can just move on. Especially since there seem to be attribute bonuses in these levels, so I don't want to miss those. There's 2 areas still left, but only 1 form. I'm not sure which area contains the final Dreamer. Stairs up. Font of Strength. Better save. There could be 5-star deadly to us. Yep. Don't have a chance to do much here. That was pretty close to us dying. The mages can deliver quite a lot of damage quite fast. More to the point, there's they have disabling effects attached to some of those attacks. So when the attacks start to stack on us, there's not much we can do but to endure. And that sucks quite badly. Rejuvenate, Stone Fist. Stone Fist will trip us or knock us down. History of the Circle. Is that Essence of Magic? For us, that's increased effectiveness of potions. Fairly useless. Okay, this seems fairly good. He has Fireball. That's good because we knock down the casters with it. Yeah, Crazy Mage.
Trust anybody, especially each other.
The solution is so simple. We kill everyone.
How delightful.
4 Crazy Mages. Yeah, totally helpless to do anything. Totally helpless. So let's try this. I'm dead. Yep. Mages. They aren't exactly durable, but yeah, the biggest problem here is the weapons. The character spends quite a lot of time putting the weapons behind his back before he casts. But I can't do anything about them really now. Okay, what weapons does he have if I take away my own? Doesn't.
We can't trust anybody.
With affording, paralyzed, yeah, we're dead.
Especially each other.
Yeah, what a shame. We're paralyzed, we can't do shit. He killed himself. So if you want to use your spellcasting abilities with this guy, definitely put away your weapons. There's no indication anywhere that the spellcasting times increase, but they increase drastically if you have something in your hands. Nice. attacks an area, not a target. He's quite capable attacker. At least with my stats. They seem to inherit the stats of the character, not the form. So based on how you develop your character is how you should use these. I'm not looking for damage with the fireball too much, I'm looking for the knockdown effect. Lesser rage demons, probably immune to fire. They have mostly fire attacks, so we're immune to those. More. Anyone else? Anyone? Fireball. Lightning. Oh shit. Yeah. Weapons, please.
Can I get a ladder so you can get off my back? Got it.
Yeah, this doesn't work with these weapons.
Hurting people.
Yeah.
It's what we do. We're mages.
Yes! Our magic is the power of lovers. Use your gift today.
Let us play a game. The one who causes the most pain wins.
No. Got blasted with a few fireballs. I think that's some kind of firestorm. They mostly killed each other.
All right, all right.
The book. Cardinal Rules of Magic. You must not be under the misimpression that magic is all-powerful. There are limits, and not even the greatest mages may overcome them. No one, for instance, has found any means of traveling, either over great distances or small ones, beyond putting one foot in front of the other. The immutable nature of the physical world prevents this. So no, you may not simply pop over to Minratha's, borrow a cup of sugar, nor may you magic the essay you forgot in the apprentice dormitory to your desk. You will simply have to be prepared. Similarly, even when you send your mind into the Fade, your body remains behind. Only once has this barrier been overcome, and reputedly the spell required 2/3 of the lyrium in the Tevinter Imperium, as well as the lifeblood of several hundred slaves. The results were utterly disastrous. Finally, life is finite. A truly great healer may bring someone back from the very precipice of death, when breath and heartbeat have ceased, but the spirit still clings to life. But once the spirit has fled the body, it cannot be recalled. That is no failing of your skill or power, it is simply reality. In generally I like these rules. One of the most annoying things or cheapest things in a game is teleportation. Basically the villain appears to do some kind of villain's monologue, then or escapes at the last moment using teleportation, captures some kind of a hostage or things like that. It's very cheap. Also in battles, transporting all over the place, it's incredibly cheap. So I fully approve of this limitation. Similarly, I approve that once someone is dead, it's dead. A lot of role-playing games sort of struggle with the idea of permanent death. I don't see why, really. Because if there is a realistic way of resurrecting people, how would certain powerful individuals ever die? You could sort of get over that by having that you can resurrect sometimes but not always if there are certain conditions met. But that's sort of that's a cop-out, because naturally if there's a known way where you can prevent someone from being resurrected, everyone's going to be using that on any target of any importance, so it's still the same thing. A lot of games have that there's an easy way to resurrect if you fall in battle, then there's a harder way if your body is totally destroyed and you're annihilated. It's still possible, but it's very, very hard after that. In general, I don't like resurrection too much. If you have a random mechanic where your guys may fail or die, basically die, and still have an ability to return them into battle, you can do something besides resurrection. But it's sort of hard to make a plot and dramatic storyline when in-game resurrection is very common, but in the cutscenes and in the story, when someone dies, they die for some reason, die permanently. When death is a common occurrence and resurrection is a common occurrence, it just doesn't make sense. I feel this is a good enough system where you get injured, but it's assumed that if you win the fight, you don't die permanently. But if everyone gets knocked out, you'll die, and that's the end of it. The rule about not being able to physically enter Fade, I don't see why not. I mean, why not have the rule? But it's also one. Why wouldn't you be able to? It's something that I don't really see the need of. But if they want to make it, sure, make it, as long as you're gonna stick to it. Okay, another dreamer. Golems. Priests.
Breaking a sweat already? Push them back! That's right! Come on!
That was better than later.
Thank you. It is time for this dream to come to an end. I give you my strength. It will be of little use against the demon that rules here, but perhaps it will help in other realms. Find a way to kill all the demon lords to open the way to Sloth. Free us all from this nightmare!
Shape-shifting golem form. Enormous strength can smash doors that you would not normally be able to budge. It's also highly resistant to physical attacks but vulnerable to magical ones. Okay, now we have everything. Let's start from the beginning. Weishaupt Fortress. We should be able to finish everything, clean every place out now. So this only has that, some kind of a attribute boosting item. Essence of Willpower. The Raw Fade. This doesn't help us get access to the nightmares, so maybe I should do that at the last. So, I'll go to the Darkspawn invasion first. The first proper area for us to clear. Let's look at the map. Ah, shit. We'll go north first. That seems like that's the end of it. We can just come back and then use the Fate portal on the other end to leave this area. The golem seems to have the same abilities as our Shale, but he can use them all at the same time instead of using special modes to do things. Ah, damn it. Nice little fight. Uthgil the Crusher. So that's one area cleared. We need loot. It's Fate, so we shouldn't be able to loot it. Nothing to loot. Okay. One demon down. 4 more to go. Now we just need to explore this area properly.
Can I get you a ladder? So you
I'm
can
not
get off my back?
I'm not abandoning free attribute points. Oh, there was one. We came through here the first time.
Twisted creatures! Let's see what you're made
Oh, 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 decapitation, always fun. Well, these are also free experience for us. Battles aren't that hard, and free experience is always welcome. What is that? Looks like we've already explored most of this. A lot of these abilities wouldn't be so bad, but they take quite a long to actually execute. But by the time the attack launches, in reality, the situation has already passed. Anything else? Anyone? Anyone? Come on. Last chance. Ooh. Golden door. Bond of strength. Let's welcome. Extra damage for us. Yep. And that's it. So, our first... Is this first or our second area? Anyway, it's done. First clear area. Yep. And it opened up a partial path to Nightmare, so we need to complete at least 2 to unlock a single Nightmare. Yep. Yep. Circle around, visit all the nightmares, then enter the inner sanctuary. Fairly simple enough. Burning tower.